Thanks, Zina. Good afternoon, gentlemen on the high table. Coach, I'll start with you, then I'll move to his closer with Usi a bit later on. Coach, we have learned Nkosi and Fasi have been sent home. Please elaborate further on the reasons. Jock mentioned that the positions were already covered and it is to help the Sharks for the upcoming fixtures, but only Fasi was used for this weekend. Why weren't other players released as well to assist their unit? Example, you guys are focused. Did these players perhaps play team protocol?
Yeah, first things first, I think with Fasi and Sbu, because of we playing the last game, and there was a special request from their teams, where they looking for their services, they're preparing for the games, I think, coming next week. So I think for us it was wise to release them because it's the last game, and some of the players that are behind, we talk about key positions. We've got extra guy like Grant Williams, if anything happens with the scrummies, you need a specialist 9, do you understand? So you can't just take any other player and cover the position. So the players that are staying behind is for the safety reason. If anything happens in our squad, maybe someone gets sick, we've got guys like Thomas Tutoy who's also here. If anything happens with the front row, so I think that's the whole theory behind the guys that are behind. They're still part of our squad. If anything happens, someone is sick on a Friday before the game, then we've got guys to cover there. But once again, a guy like Fasi and Sbu, they add massive value in our team. So we know for sure they still got more games coming in the future for the Springbok team. So yeah, that's the only reason for us to release them, because of the special request from their team.
Andrew?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. A couple of times in the last few days, members of the England setup have said South Africa think we're weak. I can't find any record of someone in your camp having said that. So what is your analysis of England?
Very good team, very strong side. Got special players, brilliant players. We've got a lot of respect for them, and we know it's going to be tough to play against them at Twickenham. I know for sure they've got pride in what they do and the jersey they're wearing, so it's going to be a tough game for us. And the key thing is to focus on what we can do better, and then make sure that hopefully we can keep on making the South African people proud.
Liam?
Good afternoon, gents. Hope you're well. I've got a question for both of you. This has been a very challenging year for many reasons. You've got one game left. You've won 2/3 of your games this season or this year. I just wanted to find out how proud you are of your achievements this year, given the difficult circumstances under which you had to operate.
We don't. I think we'll think about that after the games. We've got an important game this weekend, and all our focus has been on that. But in saying that, I think it's been a tough year for almost every single side. We've all faced challenges, and some were bigger than the others. But yeah, we don't make excuses. Even if we had lost all the games, we wouldn't say it's because of the tough year. When we agreed to go somewhere, like coming to this side of the world or going to the Rugby Championship in Australia, we all decided if we go there, we're going to go flat out, no excuses. If we lose, we lose, and that's it. It's not going to be because we had to isolate or been staying in South Africa in a hotel for how many, over a couple of weeks staying in a hotel at home. So we take pride in what we do, and we don't make excuses. And also, we'll think about how this year has been. It's been challenging in so many ways, but I think other teams can say the same about the year. But the most important thing is tomorrow.
Stephen?
Thanks, Siya. How's it, guys? It's good to see you. Siya, just in terms of England as opponents, I think, in my experience, it's quite a special opponent for you guys. Is it correct that you really enjoy playing against them, and what makes it special to play against England? And then also, just in terms of the tragedy that struck Jannie du Plessis this week, is there anything, any playing for Jannie or any motivation like that?
I think I'll start with Jannie. I think that's been the talk for throughout the week from the guys. It's really been tough, and the guys that are very close to him have been speaking to him, and obviously we think about him and his family and their friends, obviously, and and makes you think of your own family as well, you know. And yeah, it's really tough, but we our thoughts are with them, and obviously it does give us motivation as well. Hopefully, we know it can't make a big difference, but it does. We will play for him tomorrow. His family is a Springbok legend who's given so much with his jersey, and you know, when we're happy together. When we said together. So we're thinking of him and his family, and all we can do right now is send prayers to him and his family. And yeah, playing against England is special, and it's always tough, and because of it, they always bring it. You know, they're an all-round team. You know, they've got a good kicking game. They attack very well with different options. You know, and now they've got a lot of new guys who are getting opportunities. And we were there a couple of years ago. We know how exciting that is. You know, you're trying to find your feet, and they've also got a good spine. You know, a lot of guys who played a lot of games, who are matured, who've got over 50 caps. So it's going to be a big challenge to play against them. And you know, every time we play them, it's always intense. It always goes down to the wire. So really looking forward to it, and also playing at Twickenham. You know, it's a special thing. I think it's only my second time playing against England at Twickenham. You know, and we always want to make sure we perform wherever we go.
Mark?
Hi guys, I was just going to ask, you mentioned just there, Siya, about the young England players coming through. I just wondered how much you knew about the likes of fly half Marcus Smith and a bit of an inexperienced front row, Bevan Rodd, Jamie Blemire.
We watch it pretty much, but obviously we do research as players, and you know, I've watched him, I've watched Marcus, and he's been doing very well. I think everybody around the world knows who he is and seen what he's done. You know, if you're playing good rugby, doesn't matter how you play, your videos will get around. So he's done amazing work for the Harlequins, you know, and the front row as well. Our guys are also, not all of them have a lot of games. So at the end of the day, you got to start somewhere, you know, and sometimes some players take time to find their feet, and some who can just explode. And you can see England has been doing really well. You know, it's unfortunate that they've got a couple of injuries, but we also do. And when somebody's injured, someone else will step up. So yeah, we've done research. We've had to look, because we respect everyone, and we've got to know their strength and their weaknesses too. So we do watch the games, and we get some games in South Africa as well on SuperSport, which is great. So yeah.
Nick?
Thanks, Ina. Hello, gentlemen. I'm not sure which one of you would want to answer this, but it's a kind of technical question. I was just interested in the timing of the changing of the front row at Murrayfield last weekend, a minute before half time, which was clearly deliberate. I just wonder why you would do that, the thinking behind it.
That question is good enough for me as a coach. I don't think Siya has got. Yeah, but the thing is, we've got a plan as a team, you know, starting from our director of rugby and our head coach and us as coaching staff, you know, and our players. We always play our cards open with them. We don't do things privately and stuff. We always open up in front of everyone. The players, they know the plan. Do you understand? So at that time, we knew that they've done their best, you know, and even the guys that we've got on the bench, for example, those guys can start any day. Do you understand? They know themselves. They know where they stand with us as coaches, and it was part of the plan to make that change. Whenever we feel like as a coaching staff we need some fresh legs, and if you look at that late part of the game against Scotland, you know, where Scotland, they try to keep the ball in hand, you know, where they want to make our players tired, you know. So sometimes we don't make changes because of the mistakes. No, we just make because of we feel like we need some fresh legs on the field. So yeah, that reason, it's only rugby reasons for us to make that change.
I know. I just wondered why you didn't wait until half time. It was only 60 seconds away.
At that time, Scotland was attacking. They kept the ball in hand, so we felt it was the right time to make the change.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you.
Ashfaq?
Salam.
Yes, how are you?
Good. You're
Good.
Yeah, just wanted to ask you about England. In 2018, they beat you guys by 1 point at Twickenham. But of course, you won the important game. But the thing is, Eddie Johnson started to sort of speed up their style of play. He said before or after the final, you had said that the Boks knew how to beat England in the final. Do you still know how to beat them, especially with the loose trio? They've got two fetchers there with Andeo and Curry.
I'm still trying to figure out when I said all these things. I think I never speak like that. I've never spoken like that before, and I never speak of the other team in that way. So I don't remember saying that. But anyway, the thing is, we know how to play rugby, and we know how the way that we want to play rugby, and that's what we pride ourselves in, and that's what we're gonna do this weekend. Obviously, we do our research, and we know how they want to play, and the best thing, that's why it's called a test match. We want to make sure our plan works against their plan. You know, whoever's plan works on the day, they will be the winner of the game. So we're gonna focus on what we can do, of what we want to do this weekend, and that's it. So, and obviously, when it gets to, it's not an individual thing. They have amazing fetches. We're gonna have to make sure we know that they're great fetches. They've been performing over and over, and we're gonna have to stop that. You know, and also we have a couple of fetches now, team 2. So that's gonna be the challenge. You know, the breakdown is gonna be important. I feel the set piece is gonna be important too. But it's all a group thing, and our focus is gonna to make sure that we get our plan working. And if our plan works, that means, you know, we will have the upper end of the day. If theirs work, then they're gonna have the upper hand on the day.
Kanyiso? Kanyiso?
I'm here. I'll ask in Xhosa.
Okay, can we save that for the last 10 minutes, Kanyiso?
No problem.
Let's go over to you.
Thank you, Zina. A question for Siya. Good to see you. Not commenting on the case, but can you tell us the practical effect of not having Rassie Erasmus with the players today and tomorrow? What effect does that have in practice for you guys?
It'll be tough. It'll be tough. His presence makes a huge difference to us as a group. You know, his insights in rugby, and the stuff that he sees that we don't see on the field, it helps quite a lot, because he's someone who's played rugby in this level, you know, so he knows that, and he also just motivating us and talking to us on the side of the field. And also when those subs are made, you know, as a player, if you get taken off so early, and you know, all you're thinking is like, what did you do wrong? Where did you go wrong? So he's always there to come and chat to us and let you know, this is why you went off at this time. This is what we saw of you. That makes a huge difference, because, you know, he knows how we are. We're very competitive players, and we always want to give our best, and you want to play for the full 80 minutes. And for him to come and talk to you, you know, at halftime and tell you, listen, this is why this has happened, or after the game, if you get taken off in 60 minutes. I mean, I get taken off a lot of times in early in the game, you know, and a lot of people always, you know, say, why would the captain go off so early? But he will tell me straight, we felt like you were tired, and it's as simple as that. Or we needed someone else. We needed someone to be more on the breakdown, you know. So that makes a huge difference to us as a team. And yeah, we'll miss him. We'll miss him. But yeah, we will. I know the coaching staff and Coach Stick have plans on how we can work around that as a group.
And then Nathan, I see your hand is up and your line is generally bad. So you've WhatsApped me the questions to both Siya and Stick. It's been a long and challenging season. What was the highlight of the season and low point of the campaign?
Yeah, it's been rough. It's been a rough, tough,
My question is,
Yeah,
okay. Or like Siya said earlier on, you know, it's been a tough and rough season for all the teams, not only for us, you know. But once again, probably this, for me as personally, probably this was probably the toughest rugby season as a coach and even as a player. I've never been through tough times like we had this year. But once again, a lot to be proud of, because of, once again, to us, it's not just a game, you know. We understand what it means to the people back at home. You know, I think this is something that we always use as our weapon to put the smiles on the people's face in South Africa, you know. And we are proud of what we are doing, and we are proud to be representing our country. And that is something that we will always treasure, you know, the position where we are. We don't take it for granted, you know. So once again, the biggest highlight for me, wow, if you get to win a series against the British and Irish Lions, it's very special. So that will probably be my highlight. And the lowest for me, probably it will be just the tough times that we went through. If you think about the bubbles that we've been through, you know, it was really challenging, but otherwise, I'm very proud of everything that the boys have achieved so far.
I'll just go. The highlight will be being back in the Springbok jersey, and the low one, I think,
isolation.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tough, yeah.
Percy?
Thank you so much, Zina. Zina, good afternoon. I'm Siya. Good afternoon, Coach Stick. My question is for Coach Stick today. Can I ask you, Coach, just as a follow-up to Siya's answer, how big of a setback is it for you guys not having one of your colleagues available for tomorrow, the very last match? And is the director of coaching, director of rugby, allowed to watch the match on his laptop and possibly give advice on his laptop?
Yeah, basically, listen, my friend, Rassie is a very special guy to us in the team. We know how much he cares for us. We know how much he cares for everyone. And the spirit will always be there. You know, the guy really cares about the Springbok rugby. The guy really cares about the Springbok family, even with everyone back at home, you know. So, of course, we're going to miss him, yes. But one thing I can guarantee you for sure, his spirit will always be there. You know, we know by heart. We love him, we care for him, and we've got a lot of respect for him. I think for us, it will probably be a more motivation for us to play more, even better, because we know what the gentleman has done for us, a lot of us in the team, you know, so we really care and we will play for him for sure. You know, he's a very, very special guy.
Mzwandile? Mzwandile? Okay, so Mzwandile, I see your mic was on. Okay, we'll take another question. Nathan, you can go. Or is it Kosa question?
It's an Kosa question, please. Thank you, Zina.
Okay, Robin has sent through another question as well. And his question is, Siya, just your comments on England being without Owen Farrell. And yeah, just England being without Farrell.
Yeah, I think he's a great player. I think he's an amazing leader. It's always tough to play against him. I think he always demands the best out of his side, and you know, and he's really going to be missed. But I think the players around him, around the team, will definitely step up. I mean, we've missed a couple of guys too. We missed Peter Step and Kwacha had to step up, you know, and I think there's enough leaders there who will step up. I think Courtney Lowe is a great leader. Maro has been a great leader too. So the other players around him will to step up. But yeah, it's tough that he got hurt. But yeah, it's an opportunity for someone else. And I mean, having someone like Tuilagi to replace him, that's not a bad swap as well. So yeah, it's still gonna be a tough game. But yeah, they definitely miss him on the field.